are when x and y are switched. Also, the domain and range are switched. To determine if an inverse is also a function, it must pass the horizontal line test. We restrict domains to make sure HLT is passed. The cosine function does not pass the horizontal line test as of right now, so we must restrict it to 0 pi. To make it the inverse of cosine, you would have to swap the domain and range of cosine x. Sine inverse, you find one angle. But for regular sine, you find two angles. To find the inverse of that, you would have to look in quadrant 1 and quadrant 4. If you use ASTC, you will find that the answers are pi over 4 and 7 pi over 4.
To find this inverse, you would look at quadrant 1 and it would be 60 degrees or pi over 3. To solve an equation with inverses, isolate sine x, then solve algebraically. You can solve with the original inverse method, or you can use a calculator. The first step is to divide this by 3, which leaves you with cosine of 2x equals 1 over 3. Then, you plug that into the calculator. Now we're going to ignore the 2, but we'll come back to that later. To type it into the calculator, you put second cos and then 1/3. Round it to the hundredths, and that's your angle.
For this type of equation, you have to factor out cos x to 0 and then solve. At quadrant 1 for the first equation, and you'll get 90 degrees, and then the second equation, you'll plug it into the calculator and get 19.47 degrees.